Due to moment reversals from reinforced concrete, bars are placed on top supports and the middle bottom parts of the beam. Stirrups are also distributed to reinforce the beam against shear. Learn how to estimate the bars here in quantity surveying. The single span beam involved has a length of 6.2 meters. The beam schedule is also provided, which contains the size of the beam and the rebars for each location, including the stirrups spacing. Let's begin by interpreting the beam schedule. From the top bars, the left support has 4, mid-span of 2 bars, and right support with 3 bars. Among these 3 sets of RSB, take the least, which is at the mid-span, and consider the number of continuous bars with it. Since the left support needs 4 D20, consider the excess 2 as cut bars. Now focus on the right support where the required bars is 3, meaning there should be 1 cut bar in this location. Now look at the bottom bars. The left support contains 3 bars, the mid-span with 5, and the right support with 3. The least number is 3, and they are at both supports. This means that there are 3 continuous bars at the bottom. And to complete the 5 required bars at the mid-span, provide 2 more D20mm cut bars. After learning about the location of the cut bars, identify the number of bars in each span so it would be easier to determine the number of intersections for the tie wire later. From the left column, the first span is measured as an eighth of the CS, and this is computed as 775 mm. This span is free from the mid-span bar. The second considers the length of the top support bars, which is taken as a third of the clear span in reference to the ACI standard. With this identified, we can take the difference of these two to have the second span as 1291.67 mm. The third span is bounded by the 2 cut bars on top, which shows that this is measured as a third of the clear span, and this is computed as 2066.67 millimeters. Then from the center line, there is symmetry of span lengths. Thus, the next span is 1291.67 mm, and the right support also has 775 millimeter length. With the lengths already provided, count the top and bottom bars on each. From the first span of 775 mm, check that there are 2 continuous bars and 2 cut bars on top. That makes 4 top bars, while there are only 3 continuous bars at the bottom. For the second span of 1291 millimeters, the top bars are counted as 2 continuous and also 2 cut bars, which account to 4. And the bottom bars have 3 continuous and 2 cut bars, and that is 5 total. For the middle span, there are 2 D20 on top, and the 3 continuous bars with 2 cut bars at the bottom, totaling to 5 D20. The span after has 2 continuous top bars with 1 cut bar, accounting for 3, while at the bottom, there are 3 continuous and 2 cut bars, resulting to 5 D20. For the last span, there are 2 continuous and 1 cut bars on top, giving 3 bars. Then there are only 3 continuous bars at the bottom. Now for the lengths. Categorize each type of bar. First, there are the continuous bars, which can be seen as 2 on top and 3 at the bottom. The length of the continuous bar is computed as the clear span plus 2 development lengths on both ends. With the development length computed as 50D, we get 6,200 plus twice of 50 times 20, and that is 8.2 meters. Then we can conclude that there are 5 pieces of diameter 20 mm rebars by 8.2 meters. Next is the top left support. From the plan, it was identified that there are 2 D20 bars with the length measured as a third of the clear span plus the development length. That is a third of 6,200 plus 50D, which results to 3,066.67 mm. Thus, the top left support bars can be written as 2 pieces of D20 RSB by 3.07 meters. For the right support, there is one D20 with length measured similarly as the left support, and that is a third of 6,200 plus a development length, giving 3,066.67 mm. So there is one D20 by 3.07 meters for the top right support. The remaining bar is the bottom midspan, which from the interpretation is taken as 2 D20 mm. Its length is 3/4 of the clear span, and that is 3/4 of 6.2 meters, which gives 4.65 meters. So the bottom midspan bars can be taken as 2 D20 mm by 4.65 meters. Complete the row for main reinforcement by taking the summation of top and bottom bars in each span. The first is 4 plus 3, giving 7 bars. The second span contains 4 plus 5, or 9 rebars. The middle span of the beam has 2 top and 5 bottom, resulting to 7 rebars. Then the span after has 3 top and 5 bottom, which account to 8. The last span has 3 on both top and bottom, resulting to 6 rebars. For the stirrups, start with the length. The size of the beam is 350 by 450. Take out the clear cover in solving for the length of the stirrup. So for the width, tagged here as A, this is then computed as the width less twice the clear concrete cover on both sides. That is 350 minus twice of 40, which is 270 mm. The height of the stirrup B, on the other hand, is computed as height less 2 times the clear concrete cover, or 450 minus 2 times 40, and that is 370 mm. The length of the stirrup is then measured as twice of lengths A and B plus 2 hooks. That is, twice of 270 and 370 plus twice of 9D. This is then 540 plus 740 with twice of 9 times 10 mm, which is equal to 1,460 millimeters. For the quantity, the way to estimate this is by laying out the stirrups on the beam using the design spacing. The beam schedule included the number of stirrups with their designated spacing. To start with the laying out, take the center line of the beam. This cuts the beam length into half. Thus, the center line for this example is at 3.1 meters. From the left column face, the first 3 stirrups are spaced at 50 mm, which consume 150 millimeters. The next is 3 stirrups spaced at 75 mm, which use another 225 mm. This is followed by another 4 stirrups spaced at 100 mm, making 400 mm. The next are spaced at 125 mm, which use another 750 mm from the length. Then, reading from the beam schedule, it was written that the rest of the length uses 150 mm spacing, 4 stirrups. But the remaining length is still to be identified. Half the beam is 3.1. Then take out all the lengths used up by the previous stirrups. This gives 1.575 meters. And by this length, the stirrup spacing to be used is 150. So 1,575 divided by the 150 gives 10 more stirrups. Now check for the remaining space. 10 times 150 is 1.5 meters, which leaves 75 mm to center line. If this is mirrored, making the length 150 mm, this is still the maximum spacing of 150. So there isn't any need to add any other stirrup. Now list the distribution of stirrups under the proper span. The first span has 10 stirrups. The second span also contains 9 stirrups. The middle location carries double of the remaining bars as they should be mirrored from the center line. There are remaining 7 bars to center line. Have this mirrored to get 14. Then the last 2 spans carry 9 and 10 bars each. To complete the estimation, remember that the beam-column intersection needs 3 stirrups, so there are 3 on the left beam-column connection and also on the right connection. Now, add all the number of stirrups to find out that there are 58 in all. Also, complete the table to find the number of intersections, which is the product of the main bars and the stirrups. From the left column connection, 7 times 3 gives 21. Next is 7 times 10, giving 70. The next span has 9 by 9, which is 81. And the middle span takes 7 times 14, which is 98. The succeeding spans have 8 times 9, which is 72, and 6 times 10, giving 60. And the right beam column connection has 6 times 3, or 18 intersections. Take the total of intersections, and that is 420. To estimate the tie wire, take the 420 intersections multiplied by the required length of the tie divided by the conversion factor of 53 meters per kilogram. That is 420 intersections by 0.3 meters per intersection, and there are 53 meters in a kilogram. This results to 2.377 kilograms. So in summary, there are 5 D20 by 8.2 meters continuous bars, 2 D20 by 3.07 meters top left support bars. The top right support also has 1 D20 bar by the same length. Then the bottom midspan contains 2 bars by 4.65 meters. With the same lengths of bars at the supports, we can summarize them as 3 D20 RSB by 3.07 meters. Next is 58 D10 bars by 1.46 meters stirrups tied by 2.377 kilograms of gauge 16 GI tie wire.